Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell. So every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. So the story we're about to cover today is one of the things that is wrong with politics. You know how they tell us lay people to go vote for certain things. They try to tell us to vote for people, but we're supposed to vote for policy. I always remember policy and not people and not party. Policy only. Because everyone is, well, let's say everyone is racist. Everyone hates people. They got favorites. People can be bought, et cetera, et cetera. So you vote on policy because no one person is going to go for everything that you want. You know, you're not going to campaign on everything that you want. So you're like, okay, well, hey, what are the issues? But anyway, so you'll go and vote. They'll say, hey, vote for this law or vote for this here, and we'll fix the roads, and we'll have better books, increase the budget for schools, give them computer supplies where they can learn AI and software and STEAM and STEM, you know, STEAM and STEM curriculums in schools, this, that, and the third. And you're like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go down and vote. Then you go vote and you say, all right, I did the right thing for my community. Then here comes the end of November, December, and these stories that come out, these articles come out saying, hey, laws go into effect September 1st. The laws go into effect January 1st. Here's what you voted for. And it'll be something in there saying we're going to give money to certain groups of people who you may not be in favor for. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into too much details, but the point is, it'll be something in it, and you'd be like, I didn't vote for that. So actually you did, because if you would have read the whole entire bill, you'd have saw at the top, it has what you're talking about. You know, it's because that, but then you go back to the other pages, the sub pages, and there are other things tacked on to it, because politicians, that's how they negotiate. One to say, I want this bill. The other one say, I want this. Well, we got to put it together. Well, if you don't put this on here, I'm gonna shut it down before the people can vote for it. Okay, well, if you don't put this on here, I'm gonna shut that down before the people can vote on that. So they'll put the stuff together. They might not even like what the other person want, and they're probably in disagreement with it. But in order to get what they want, they got to compromise. It's kind of like, that's how life is. Both sides have to compromise. Now, like a marriage where they try to say compromise and it's only the man compromise, not the woman. But anyway, that's a different story. Forget I said that. But both sides had to compromise. So, and unfortunately, I believe that's what's going on with this border crisis. Now, this border crisis has been going on for a while, and it has ramped up over the last couple of years or so. And for the life of me, I could not, and most people could not figure out what's so hard with saying, send troops, send agents, put up barbed wire, put up a fence, stop these people from coming across, except through the checkpoints. And no politician has an answer, no public answer. They're like, well, we should let people come over here and seek asylum. Okay, we understand it. But we're talking about them crossing a freaking river, not going over a bridge. We're talking about them going through barbed wire, not going through a checkpoint. You see, you know what I'm saying? It's not making sense. And that the way they're doing it is illegal. Make it make sense, and there's no explanation. Can't figure out for the life of it. But we always know that it's always 9 times out of 9, it's money behind it. Somewhere somebody is getting some money, getting some kickbacks or something. Something is going on. It just didn't make sense. But then over the weekend, while I was kind of, out of pocket, had a few issues, had a family member that, was in the hospital, had a surgery, had to deal with that, then working, and then, other issues going on. Kind of got a little away from news cycles and stuff. But then last night I saw it, and I'm like, man, you have got to be kidding. This is the problem right here. And what is going on here? I don't know who is running the Democratic Party, but in my opinion, this is not going to help you come November. This is only going to make it worse. Man, I will vote for Oscar the Grouch or Snuffleupagus before I would even think about voting for Biden in the Democratic Party. And let's go ahead and get into it because I done rambled long enough. This is from news.yahoo.com, and it reads, President Biden vows to shut down the border if Congress passes a bipartisan deal. Now, why in the hell do you need a deal to shut the border down? This guy's basically saying, hey, if y'all don't pass this deal, I'm going to let these people come in. Matter of fact, cut that wire. Matter of fact, I'm going to federalize the Texas Guard, or the state, what they call it, the National Guard, the state National Guards. I'm going to federalize them so they can't do nothing. We're going to I don't give a damn how many people come across that border. What you say? They might be Venezuelans. What you say? They might be cartel members. Wait a minute. They might be terrorists coming from all, from other countries, setting up sleeper cells in the country. I don't care. I don't care. I need you to pass this deal. You pass this deal, I'll shut the borders down right now. That is some BS. That is something to say, okay, you're going to force my hand. Don't worry about it. It ain't going to turn out how you think it's going to turn out. Matter of fact, in the words of the world famous Marlo on The Wire, you think it's that one way, but it's that other. Anyway, let's get to reading, man. And for those of you who want to know why I read, stories off my video, well, I try to be a beacon, try to be a positive role model and show people what they should be doing. I'm doing what I want you to do, and that's read. That's why I read it. Put the link in the description box so you can go and read it. And whatever other stats I come up with, the facts I come up with, I try to put it down there so you can all do your research just like I did. And when you see stories and you click on links and you start to see, you follow the rabbit hole, things start to make sense. That's why it's like it took a long time for me to find it, for this to come out. But you let people talk long enough, or you keep digging, you'll get down that rabbit hole. You'll find what you think, what you want, but you really may not want it. It says President Joe Biden vowed to take immediate action to shut down the U.S.-Mexican border if Congress approves a proposal under negotiation in the Senate, as he urged lawmakers to pass a bipartisan bill if they're serious about the border crisis. Everybody's serious about the border crisis. The problem is, and I see now why you so upset with Greg Abbott, because Greg Abbott's doing it and is saying the hell with a damn bipartisan bill. I take care of this myself. No, like a Thanos. When he tried to get them stones and Loki couldn't get them stones, and he was like, man, fine, I'll do it myself. So that's what your Governor Greg Abbott is doing. He said, man, y'all bull corner. Y'all trying to pass this, that, and the third. My state is being bombarded with this. Y'all acting like y'all don't give a damn. Oh, wait a minute, sanctuary cities, I'm going to send all these up north. Oh, you going to be in one way or another, but we not finna put up with this. The hell with a bill. I'm going to do this like this, man. I'm fighting for my state. And that's the kind of governor I need. And yeah, hey, he might be racist too, prejudiced, bigoted. I don't know, don't care. But the dude is doing what he got to do for his state. And I'm all for it. Like I say, ain't nobody going to be, man, look. Everybody ain't going to like you. Everybody ain't going to like everything you like. But like I said, it's about the policies. If your policies is right, I got your back on it. And that's just the bottom line. Biden, in a statement released Friday night, said what's being negotiated in the Senate will be the toughest and fairest set of reforms to secure the border we've ever had in our country. Dude, all you gotta do is put a doggone fence, barbed wire, and tell people you come across that fence, you get stuck in that fence, you're gonna sit there. Because I'm trying to figure out why in the heck are we responsible for other people's actions? They're doing something illegal. You got this razor wire. Let me say it right, not barbed wire. Razor wire, that's different. You got this razor wire on the ground, and Biden's like, oh no, you can't do that. We got to cut it. Like, why? Because it's inhumane and it's keeping our troopers or whoever, Border Patrol, from doing their job to rescue these people. I know they're humans, and you don't want to see nothing bad happen to humans. But when it's known, I mean, There are animals got more sense than humans to not go through razor wire or barbed wire. That's why they created barbed wire and put them on farms, because animals won't cross it, because they know they might stick their head through, but they know they can't get through it. You got animals who got enough sense not to try to go through razor wire. But humans are dumb as hell, and they bring their kids and try to go through this wire, and we are responsible for them doing something illegal. If this is the case, then you need to take the razor wire down from the prisons. Because let's say a prisoner tries to escape and he gets to the razor wire and he gets stuck. Wouldn't you be afraid that the razor wire could hinder the COs and the police and the prison police from, rescuing this person, this prisoner who's done something illegal? Kind of like these people crossing the border illegal, violating our laws. Wouldn't you be afraid that, oh man, these prisoner guards, man, they could get hurt trying to rescue these people out of the wire? I mean, serious. Why you got more love and compassion for people you don't know than your own citizens? Make it make sense. So get rid of the razor wire on the prisons first, before you get rid of razor wires to stop illegal people from coming across the border. He said the proposal would include new presidential authority to shut down the border when it becomes overwhelmed. This is crazy. And if given the authority, I would use it the day I signed the bill into law, Biden said. He's talking about a dude that's senile, and you want to listen to him. Biden's statement sought to save a bipartisan border deal on the verge of collapse after Senator Minority Leader Mitch McConnell of Kentucky acknowledged privately to other Republican senators this week that opposition from former President Donald Trump, the 2024 presidential front runner, puts the party in a dilemma. The demise of a bipartisan border deal would deny Biden a chance to claim a victory in addressing. See, this thing about it's about winning. It's like saying, hey, I signed a deal, now the border is fixed and everybody's happy. No, everybody's not happy because something is missing. Like I said in the beginning, remember what I said in the beginning? Something is missing, and we're about to get to it. Border deal change claim a victory in addressing surging migration to the southern border, a topic that Republicans have hammered Biden over throughout his presidency. Trump reiterated his opposition to a border deal in a Saturday morning post on his social media website, Truth Social. Quote, a bad border deal is far worse than no border deal, Trump wrote. Continue. In an unusually blunt assessment last week, Biden told reporters the border is not secure amid record surges in migration, calling for significant policy changes with the asylum system and executive authorities to control the border. Now, it's funny. What's his name? They call him Roland Martin. And Dr. Greg Carr did this podcast and talking about how silly we are, not understanding, thinking that that there's a migrant crisis when it really isn't. Then they try to come up with some song and dance about past numbers and population and GDP and all this kind of crap, trying to sit there and make us think we crazy. And then this story comes out and just makes them look stupid. It has nothing to do with what they're trying to do, but they caping for the Democratic Party. So it has nothing to do with what they're talking about. But they, like I said, this here makes them look stupid. Like it ain't got nothing to do with what y'all talking about. This is about, well, let me get to the next paragraph and you'll see what it's about. Biden is seeking a deal for $110 billion supplemental spending package in Congress that would include border measures to bring Republicans on board to back more funding to help Ukraine defend itself against Russia. So you mean to tell me that you have put your country in danger, Trojan horsed it, because you want to send more money to Ukraine? Billions. And you haven't solved any issue in your own country. You haven't solved a homeless issue in your country unless they're migrants. You house them in luxury hotels and build shelters for them and give them money. You got people out here saying that it just impelled me to help put these migrants in homes because the little 5-year-old don't have a jacket, and I gave him my jacket. People that own these properties, they say they're compelled to help them, but then come to find out, really, you paying these homeowners money to house these migrants. You're paying the hotels to house these migrants, so the hotels stay completely full. So they're getting paid, but they're not doing this out the kindness of their heart. Nobody doing this crap out the kindness of their heart. Nobody. But they want you to believe that. So, but back to this is bullshit. I'm sorry. This is bull crap. You will. So, and what's crazy is it's not like you saying, okay, Greg Abbott, Governor Greg Abbott, the greatest governor in the state of the United States, is putting up wire, putting up fences, trying to do things to not stop people from coming. That is not what he's doing. He's stopping them from coming illegally, trying to cross. Because see, what they've always done is cross the border using coyotes and stuff like that, cross the border, and to where you don't see them coming in. They get caught, they get arrested, they get shipped back. That's the law. That's the real law. But then things change to where now they come over and they get caught. They can say, I'm seeking asylum. I'm running from war-torn country. Okay, let's process you. Now they're in the country. Okay, we got to give you a court date. What's the next court date? April 15th, 2038. Okay, here you go. See you then. And then they out in the street. Oh, here goes some money. Here goes cell phones. So we get in contact with you. Good luck. Stay out of trouble. Find a job in the meantime. Here goes some paperwork. Get you a job. Get going. Find some housing. Go to this next line. That's what's happening. So now you got a flux of people coming through. And they all doing the same thing they always been doing. They work. They make the money. They send the money back home. Once they got enough money, they'll go back home. Or they may stay here. I don't know. But they send money back home. So it's not helping the economy at all. They may be paying a few taxes, but that money ain't circulating here. It's going back to other countries. Help build other countries. Kind of like, you remember Black Wall Street? Y'all remember that? Maybe that'll scare you. Maybe that'll scare y'all, the racism out of you. When Black Wall Street, you saw, was a prominent part of the city in Tulsa, because what my people would do is they work for white folk. They work for themselves too, but anyway, those who work for white folk, the white folks wouldn't let them shop with them, wouldn't let them hang with them, wouldn't let them do nothing, but you can work for me. Okay, so what we'll do is I'll work for you, get paid, and I'll take it back to my community, and we'll spend the money together. And that's how it came up. Well, this is what you're going to allow other countries to do, is to come up, because the money's not being spent. But again, back to the point, because God, like I say, this will go everywhere. But anyway, under the package discussed in the Senate, the Department of Homeland Security will be granted the power to shut the border down when migrants seeking to cross without prior authorization exceed a daily average of 4,000 over a 1 week period. Why gotta be 4,000? Why can't it be like 400 or 40? And how you know how many people crossing the border? So that means you watching. That means you've been watching this since day one. So you know who's coming over. You know how much it is. So you know how much we can handle. And if migrant border crossing surpass an average of 5,000 a day, the Department of Homeland Security will be required to close the border to migrant crossing illegally and not at ports of entry. According to CNN, certain migrants will be allowed to remain in the U.S. under the proposal if they are fleeing torture or persecution in their country. Securing the border through these negotiations, the win for America, Biden said in his Friday statement. For everyone who is demanding tougher border control, this is the way to do it. Why you gotta do it through Ukraine though? What the hell is Ukraine? Ukraine ain't. Do we got troops at the border that are from Ukraine? Do we got Ukrainian men join the U.S. Army to help with the border? I mean, where is the compromise at? This seems like an emotional, broad ass move. That I'm not going to secure the border until you give me what I want. Then Greg Abbott said, I'm going to do it myself. And like I say, and Greg Abbott not trying to stop them from coming over. He's just trying to make them go to the ports of entry where they're supposed to go through. And then we'll process them then. But Biden's like, no, they should be able to cross anywhere they want to. Illegally. Why? Because I said so. But give me the money for Ukraine and we can stop all that. Now, Greg Abbott said we're gonna stop it right now. Forget Ukraine. We're gonna stop it right now. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna send them, everybody that's here, we're gonna send them all the way up to your sanctuary cities. But then the feds are not giving sanctuary cities money. See, that's the thing about it. If they give money, think about it. The feds give funding to sanctuary cities, then Greg Abbott can continue to send immigrants, illegal immigrants, to these sanctuary cities, and they can house them, build shelters, and this, that, and so forth. And the cycle can continue. Then Biden won't get his bipartisan bill because he has no leverage, because everybody's okay. You know, the Band-Aid is over the bullet wound and it's soaking it up for just a little bit. But no, he wants this. He wants people to get so desperate, back him up against a corner, that you have no choice but to plead to daddy to fix this. Yet, even if an agreement is reached in the Senate, any proposal will likely face Republican resistance in the House. I think it should. I really think it should. I'm glad that truck convoy is coming down and going to the border to help out, because this is bull crap. Sometimes you just got to fight against power, man. You got to fight against the people. I mean, the politicians, and say the hell, the people got to do it. Like the Montgomery bus boycott, when you had laws that said black people had to run them back. Sometimes they pay their money, got to run to the back, they close the door, leave them there. Sometimes they got nowhere to sit, got nowhere to stand. But yet you demanded money. They went on the boycott that lasted like a year and a half. And they faced all kind of, people got mad, was wanting beating up black folk because they don't want to ride their bus, because they walking. They get your black ass on the bus, and they want to beat them up. Like, wait a minute, what? No. And they get upset because they losing money to the end, to the point where they're like, okay, we sign up. You can sit wherever you want to. Just get back on the bus before we go out of business. That's basically as a country, that's what we got to do. That's what we have to do. Speaker Mike Johnson, who said he's spoken to Trump regularly about the border talks, warned in a letter Friday that a Senate bipartisan border and immigration deal is likely dead on arrival in the House. And on Saturday, Johnson released a statement arguing that Biden can stop migration without Congress help. He can and must take executive action immediately to reverse the catastrophe he has created. And that's true. That's why that's why I say this is what the problem is with politics, man. They pick and choose when they want to do what they want to do. Then try to put the blame on you for something they could do because they don't get what they want. Johnson reiterated the Democratic-controlled Senate should take up the House's strict harder border and migrant policy bill passed last year, referred to as H.R. 2. He said the measure already contains the core legislative reforms that are necessary to actually compel the Biden administration to resolve the border catastrophe. But he won't, because he wants his Ukraine money. So I wanted to look at something real quick before I end this. And I wanted to know, how much money has the U.S. given Ukraine in the past 2 years? That's what I went into it with. So I did some research, and I'll put the link in the description box. And I found this thing called the crsreports.congress.gov. And this one is updated October 5th, 2023. So it ain't that old. And it says the Congressional Research Service informed the legislative debate since 1914. And this is titled U.S. Security Assistance to Ukraine. And I'm thinking, now let's see, like I said, how much they've been giving, how much money this country has given Ukraine over the last couple of years. And listen to what I heard. Look at what I found out. It said the United States has been a leading provider of security assistance to Ukraine, particularly since Russia launched its renewed and expanded invasion of Ukraine on February 24, 2022. Okay. Next sentence. From 2014, when Russia first invaded Ukraine, through October 5th, 2023, when this update was created, the United States has committed more than $46.7 billion in security assistance to, quote, help Ukraine preserve its territorial integrity, secure its borders. Ain't that some bull crap? Secure its borders. How are we securing our borders? You giving them billions of dollars to secure their borders, but you won't even let a man put up some freaking razor wire? That may cost you maybe a few $1 million, if that. Secures borders and improve interoperability with NATO, according to the State Department. Of this amount, the Biden administration has committed more than $43.9 billion in security assistance since February 2022. And it also talks about, and I'm not going to read the whole thing. Like I said, I'm going to put the link in the description box. Let y'all look it up yourself. Y'all kind of look at yourself. But talks about giving so many billions to Ukraine and also countries impacted by the situation in Ukraine. And somewhere in here, I know I saw Israel as one of the countries they're giving money to. So the U.S. has been giving money to Ukraine for years, then a decade. And like I said, a lot of us lay people, average everyday tax-paying citizens, had no idea. Oh, excuse me. But it's been going on since 2014. So now you got Biden trying to give another $110 billion to Ukraine, or to a guy who has bought like 2 yachts since U.S. has given him money, this president over there. No one cares. But then you got to think about Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, and their whole dealings with Ukraine over the past, and how Hunter Biden and Joe Biden has been investigated, which you would think that stuff like that would be expedited to hurry up to find out if there's some corruption or not. And the event thing is that there's a problem with what they're doing. But, they try to drag it out, kind of like they're doing to Donald Trump. This is why they do not want Donald Trump in office. And I'm the type of dude like, man, when you work that hard to keep somebody out, I'm going to go for the underdog. Because something ain't right. It's got to be some reason why you're doing what you're doing. But they want to keep Trump out of office. And hey, disclaimer, I'm not telling you I'm a Trump voter. I'm not telling you to vote for him or not to vote for him. I'm not telling you who to vote for or not to vote for. I'm telling you to vote for a policy. Find policies that would align with the betterment of your family and your community. And that's what you do. So if one of these guys, because Trump is like, start sending all this damn money to Ukraine for what? I mean, what is it getting us? And why do wars last so long? I don't understand that. Because in this day and age, you should be able to I played plenty of video games in my life. War should be over pretty quick. Even back in the 80s and 90s when we was playing video games like 1942 or whatever. I mean, shoot, all you do is get up in the plane and start shooting. But like I said, war should be over a little faster. There's technology with drones and robots and stuff like that. These wars shouldn't be lasting this long. You got a technology to pinpoint and find anybody that you want, anywhere you want, at any time. So I don't get it. I really don't get it. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. I think that's all I'm gonna say for this, because I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more stuff coming up. But the point is, you got a president who will watch his house burn from the inside, destroyed from the inside out, if you don't send money to Ukraine. It's the biggest load of bull. And like I say, it's not going to help him get elected, in my eyes. As a matter of fact, he's making him look worse. And to where if I was him, I don't know. But I don't know. But this ain't the way to do it. This ain't the way to get the people on your team. Not me, because like I said, if you backing me into a corner to where I gotta vote for or agree with something that I wholeheartedly am against, but the only way I can get what we need, because you're supposed to take care of home first. And when I see that my homeless are not taken care of, I see we got so many people in poverty. I see that these borders are not being secured, and it can be, and we have the money to do it. Hell, even reparations, we got the money for something. But you swear we ain't got the money, but you sending billions of dollars over to Ukraine. For what? What is the purpose? To secure their borders. But like I say, how does that benefit us on the home front? And if you can't tell me that, I can't vote for you. You can get up there in front of the TV and say, look, we got this bipartisan deal. Now we can secure the borders. I'm still going to shoot your finger and be like, nope, not voting for you. I'm voting for the other person. You're like, but we did this. You don't know what you did is you backed me up against the wall. You forced my hand. And so now, the moment I get a finger free, I'm going to vote you out. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below and then share it with the world. And with that being said, hey, don't forget, go to marlonmorale.com, get your perfume, cologne, silk do-rags, silk scarves for the ladies, beard supplies, and all that. marlonmorale.com. With that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.